Day Derby. Starting on the pole from Stoneham, Massachusetts, essentially his home track here tonight, sponsored by the track that's just down the road in Epping, Star Speedway. This driver picked up his first win just a little under a year ago in Supers competition. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Nelson Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the pole for the Groundhog Day Derby. Outside row number 1, last week's winner and your mid-season champion, Rocket Rob Warren. Warren out of Pulaski, New York, outside row 1. Inside row number 2, a former Groundhog Day Derby champion from Geneva, Ohio, driving the Icings on Top CPR Motorsports number 41. It's Keith. Put one on you, Powell. Powell won this race way back in 2010 with the number 58. Outside of row number 2, driving the number 42 from Lansing, Michigan, the elder statesman of Supers competition, driving the Wholesale Diamond Exchange, Michigan Hill Gang number 42, it's Carl Bonsai Becker. Becker in the 42. Inside of row number 3, from Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, your 2012 Groundhog Day Derby winner. Driving the CPR Motorsports, number 55, it's Steady Steve Callahan. Right next door to him, from Mexico, New York, looking for his second win of the season. He drives the Coors Light Disturbed Motorsports, number 38. It's Kyle the Cobra Clark. Clark in the 38 starts 6th. Rounding out the field from Goshen, Indiana, driving the RW Woodworking B&G Racing Photos, number 25. It's Bob Gangwer. So in this race, we have 3 former winners. Warren, your most recent winner in 2016. Steve Callahan in 2012. And Keith Powell in 2010. There has only been one repeat champion of the Groundhog Day Derby, and that was Ray Sand when he bid it back-to-back in 2014 and 15. We look all the way back to the very first Supers Groundhog Day Derby in 2005. Bud Flath Jr. out of New Jersey won that one. That was a NASCAR heat race. Sean Gibbs, a Canadian, picked it up for the first year when it was a time trial race in 2006. And Mike Jackson out of New York, founder of DRT Racing Leagues, won it in 2007. Tom Hevron out of Florida won it in 2008. Mighty Miles Maxon, your first or second New York winner, the perennial Supers champion, along with Ray Sand Jr., won it in 2009. Powell in 2010. Dave Byro kept it in Ohio in 2011. Then Steve Callahan was an Ohio winner in 2012. Then Chris Myers won it again for Ohio in 2013. And then the Sandman, Ray Sand Jr., back-to-back in 2014-15. Rob Warren and Joe Oxett was last year's winner. Can I go? All right. Grab those beers. Get ready. It's time to go Supers racing at Lee USA Speedway. And hope you're enjoying this. If you're watching on Twitch or Supers Live, we'd love to know where you're watching from. And we hope that if you're enjoying the broadcast, you see what you like, you'd like to become a member of Supers, go to supers.net, click the Join tab. Or maybe you could click the About tab and learn a little bit more about what we do. We don't just race online for fun. We race online to raise money for injured Supermodified racers. Through the Dion Parrish Memorial Fund. Well, the field is rolling, and already Rob Warren has gone around. Rob Warren has spun on the start. And that'll be a restart.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
That'll be a restart as Warren spun, just lighting him up on the start. So we'll try to get it going again as everybody drops in. Now, one thing to watch tonight, folks, is this is a D-shaped oval. And the cars tend to get a little bit loose out of turn 2, but more so out of the 4th corner down the front chute. Here we go, folks. Coming out of 4, it'll be Nelson Rodriguez, the hometown hero. Looking for the green flag. Green flag.
Green flag, go, 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 go.
Down into turn 1 they go, side by side, Nerf bar to Nerf bar, wheel to wheel. It's Rodriguez with the early lead out of turn 2. Warren gets sideways down the back chute, hits the front or the backstretch wall. Powell and Callahan go by. Powell running the high groove up there. Rodriguez is checking out already. A short 40-lap sprint here tonight at the USA Speedway. Now Powell is starting to reel in Rodriguez, if you can believe that. What a good run out of turn 4 Powell had that lap. Callahan runs some distance back in 3rd place. Good battle for the lead already. The teammates Callahan and Powell go at it for 2nd place. It's close up front between the top 3. Then it's Warren and Gangwer, 4th and 5th. There goes Gangwer down low. They're side by side out of turn number 2. Warren and Gangwer.
All right, yellow flag, back
And Gangwer loops it, brings out the first yellow. So Gangwer, who had started last, will go back to last. The battle had just started shaping up. Between your leader, Nelson Rodriguez, and 2nd place, Keith Powell. Gangwer lit him up coming out of 4 and goes around, bringing out the first caution on lap number 8. And the white flag's out. This will be a quick one, going green next time by the stripe, with Rodriguez leading, Powell 2nd, Callahan 3rd, Warren 4th, Clark and Becker, then Gangwer at the back. Here we go. Wow, Rodriguez really holding them down. Green flag. Warren all kinds of loose on the restart. Clark battling Warren now for 4th position. Up front, Rodriguez feeling the pressure of Keith Powell. Powell in that orange number 41. Going to work on the blue and black number 7 of Rodriguez. Callahan runs by himself in third. And about a half a straightaway back is Rob Warren. Caution's out, caution's out. Caution's out for your leader, Nelson Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes around on the backstretch. The second caution of the race. Coming on lap number 13. Bad luck for Nelson Rodriguez. Leading this one, goes around. Rodriguez will go to the tail, and Keith Powell will inherit the lead. And Powell being sent to the back by the race directors after making contact with the number 7. So that puts Keith Powell in, or Steve Callahan in the lead. So steady, Steve Callahan inheriting the lead. Here we go now, nose to tail. Callahan
Green,
now
green,
racing
green,
no
green.
time. Green flag and lead. And Rodriguez, the man on the move from the back already. He's going to the front. He's past Gangwer. He's into fourth now. He's after Clark. Whoa, this restart really tightened the field up, folks. Gangwer ducks underneath Rodriguez for fourth. Going into turn 1, Rodriguez hangs it high. Nelson Rodriguez runs the high groove, and he hits the backstretch wall, loses some ground. Gangwer and Rodriguez, a good race going on side by side. Now Powell comes back. Powell and Rodriguez go by Gangwer. Great racing here at the USA Speedway. We're at the halfway point of the race. And it's anybody's race to win right now. Clark all over. Rob Warren for second. Here comes Keith Powell and Nelson Rodriguez. What a battle. Watch them out of turn number 2. And we've got a huge pack down the front straightaway. Rodriguez and Gangwer bump. Everybody keeps it square. They're still racing here at Lee. You're enjoying Super Modified Ultimate Pavement Racing Series, rFactor Racing at Lee. Oh, Gangwer hits Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes around.
All right, yellow flag, back it down.
Yellow flag comes out. And Gangwer will go to the tail. Looks like Rodriguez is dropped out of the race. So, gang, we're back to the tail again. It's where he's been all night long. Well, the white flag's out, folks. We're going to be going green flag racing next time by the stripe. Steve Callahan continues to lead. Kyle Clark second. Clark sandwiched by two former Groundhog Day Derby winners. Here we go, off of four, green flag. Clark's going after Callahan now. Now it takes a couple of laps, but watch the 41 of Powell. Once he gets some tire heat and gets back into his rhythm, he really starts moving. Now Callahan, big lead, but look up front for second place. It's Kyle Clark and Keith Powell. Powell all kinds of sideways off of turn two that lap. Getting down to the end of the race, folks. Who's it going to be? Will Steve Callahan become the second Groundhog Day Derby winner to repeat? 10 laps to go, this time by the stripe. Oh, and Clark, Kyle Clark, goes out of the ballpark on the front stretch. It looks like maybe connection issues. Rob Warren goes by Gainward for third. Clark's back in it. It was connection issues for Clark. Where's he at on the race?
All right, yellow flag, back it down.
And I don't know what happens. Warren looks like he goes around, slows down, the yellow's out. Warren goes around, maybe not sure where Clark was on the racetrack. So, gang, we're going to the tail. This will be it for him. One more, and he's out of this one. Clark having connection issues. So just when you thought the race is about to end, It's not over with yet here at Lee. White flags out.
Green, 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 green.
It's a battle for the lead up front. Kyle Clark's right there, ready to pounce on the teammates, become a first-time Groundhog Day Derby winner. Powell runs the high side. Callahan runs low. But here comes Gangwer and Warren with 5 laps to go. It's anybody's race, folks. Anybody's race with the top 4 battling tooth and nail, nerf bar to nerf bar, wheel to wheel. Two laps to go. Here comes Kyle Clark for second. Powell gets a good run on the top side. Gangler hits the front stretch wall. Keeps it going. White flags out. Watch the finish, folks. Watch the finish. Here they come through turn 3. Now turn 4. The teammates are going for it. And Steve Callahan wins it. Steve Callahan. Keith Powell in for second. Kyle Clark third. What a finish to that race. Good run for everybody out there. A wild Groundhog Day Derby here at Lee USA Speedway. Fans, you don't want to go anywhere. You'll want to hear from our winner, Steve Callahan. The second half of the season is usually his strong point. And, buddy, I'll tell you what, he's coming on strong here with 3 wins in the last 5 races.